Welcome to Victory Woodworks. I'm Vic. So today what we want to do is finish off the spoilboard build. So we have three things on our agenda. First is to cut the holes for the hold downs through the spoilboard. Second is to flatten the spoilboard. And third is to put a 1-inch grid very lightly into the top of the spoilboard so it's easier for stock alignment. Hope you like this video.
To design and carbide create all the holes for the T-nuts for the hold downs for the spoilboard. So here, if you recall from my last video, is basically our 17.5 by 17 spoilboard laid out. I also have the holes marked out for the hold downs for the actual spoilboard to the hybrid board. What I'm going to lay on top of this through a layer is a grid of all of 1 by 1 of just place markers. Just helps us figure out exactly where we want everything to go. And on top of this grid, what I'm going to do here, let me lock this out first. The hold down holes here, lock it out. Is we're going to create a hole that we're going to drill out in the board. Here's one of the sample holes. And we're going to put it on every 2-inch spacing starting at the 1-inch mark. So here's basically just a circle, and its radius is 0.15, which is half of the diameter of the actual T-nuts that we're going to be using. So let me place these out where I want them, and then we'll see if we can generate some tool paths for these particular holes. So just grab it, copy, paste. One there. Put another there. Second one because it's way on the edge of the board. So let me get it there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all of these as a bunch. Make it a little easier to start placing them. And you see 2 of them are overlapping our holes, which we don't want. So let's delete that one. And delete that one, but leave the holes. Let's copy this again. Come back and oh wait, just missed a few. There we go. In case we forget, let's just get this guy out of here. actually, this 17.5 would be a little too close, I think, to the edge. I don't know if that'll be a good idea to put it there. Just check and make sure these are not there. Okay, let's bring back the layers and let's hide these other layers, and then we'll see exactly which holes we have and which ones we don't. So here we're going to, that one's already there. We're going to hide that. We're going to hide that. So here are our holes. All right. Let's go to, let's select them all. Let's go to toolpaths. We're going to pocket these out with the current selection. We're going to use the same bit we used last time, which was the SPE tool, spiral 1/8 plunge. Let's select that. Here we go, the SPE tool, W0418, 4018, I should say. Say OK. We're going to start at the top. We're going to go bore all the way down to 0.75. That's the thickness of this particular board. Actually, we're going to go to 0.76 just to make sure we go through. And we're going to call these hold down holes. Let's hit OK on that. Let's check out our simulation. Looks to be right. Okay, let's just check it again. Make sure we got the right things in here before we start cutting. We got our bit starting at the top, going down 0.76, hold down holes. Okay, let's it's calculating the paths. Not sure what's taking so long. Aren't that many. Seem to be stuck. Okay. Let's try saving it and see if we can unstuck ourselves. Are inside the spoilboard. What we need to do now is just flatten out the spoilboard. So here we are back in Carbide Create. What we're going to do is we're going to create a square or rectangle that's going to be the same, just a little bit bigger than our board. So our board is 17.5 by 17, so we're going to make it 18 by 17.5. And what we're going to do is we're going to center that on stock, because what we want is the bit to make sure we catch all the edges. Okay, and The tool path for that, and let me disable those, is going to be a pocket, and we're going to use our McFly bit. It's not the McFly bit, but I believe it's SPE tool. Compression spiral. No, that's not it. Which one is it? I think it's. Well, let's make this a little bit bigger so we can see the names. Here it is. W05004 1¼ inch diameter spoilboard bit. Going to be running at 18,000. Feed rate, it looks pretty fast, but we'll give it a shot. I'm going to select that tool. Hit OK. I'm going to start at the top, and we're going to go, let's see, we're going to go 1/100th because we can run this more than once if we need to. This will be the flattening path. Let's see what that looks like on the simulation. Well, let's change that to beach. You can't really see because all it's doing is taking 1/100th off the top. All right. The next thing we'd like to do is create a grid, a 1-inch grid on the spoil board. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to create boxes or rectangles that are going to be 1 inch by 17 inches for the vertical. And we're going to place them right next to each other. Okay, oops, we don't need that last one. And we do the same thing horizontally. Also 1 inch, in this case by 17.5. 1 by 17.5. Oops, wrong way. And we'll layer those. Seems we made a mistake somewhere. Let's see. I see it at the top there. Let me just pull these down so they're all. There we go. Now I've got the entire spoil board all done. Oops. Let me now. See, let me move this out of the way and then select the entire board and group those vectors. Then we'll set up a tool path with a V bit to just cut out the lines. Let's contour. Use the selection. Let's change that to the proper V bit. Let's see what we got here. In V's, 30. I'll go with a 60 V. That's the Amana 45707. Let's hit OK. We'll use standard feeds and speeds. We'll start at 0, and we're only going to go down, let's see, 0.05, just for a line. No tabs, we're going to ignore tabs. We'll call this the 1 inch grid. Ooh, what's that? There's an artifact out there. We'll hit OK. We'll see what that is. Not sure what's showing up on the screen here. Looks like we've got a few things that don't need to be there. Let's show the simulation. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, not so sure what happened to the simulation, but what we're doing here is we're doing a 1-inch grid with the 60-degree V-bit, and we're going down 0.05 of an inch, no offset. We're ignoring tabs because we're not cutting anything out. We're hitting OK, and when I show the simulation, oh, this time it came up. So you can see, there's our 1-inch grid. All right, let's save the G-code for each of the paths separately, and we'll meet you back at the router, at the CNC router. Okay, here goes the cutout. We're first going to connect to. Well, first we should turn everything on. Router's off. That's over there. Let's plug in a little dust collection. That's all set. Let's connect to the cutter itself. Initialize the machine. Yeah, it just missed the camera there too. Front and center. We're going to insert our tool, which we've already done. Now we're going to jog it to the far, we're not going to measure, we're going to jog it to the far left hand side with a rapid. We're going to go to current XY, which should be 0, 0. And then we're going to slowly step down until Z hits. Okay. Where's my mouse? The decrement now is 1/100th. Right there, we just touched. All right, now let's move the mouse out of the way. Let's set 0. All right. 0 everybody out. Rapid to just above that spot. Let's load up our job. Gonna get our file, which is going to be right here. I want to make sure I got the right one. Hold down holes. Alright, it's going through some more carbide create. Let's start the job. Start. Change out the bit, which we've already done. Let's go test it out. Get the proper height.
Okay, just before we set up, we'll see if we can get a better view here. Whoop, let's get it right down there. All right. Turn on the vac, put on our headphones. Okay, we got the spoil board here. I'm going to take out the screws. Oh, I always thought stainless steel was magnetic. Who knew? Well, now we know. Stainless steel is not magnetic. Okie doke. But these washers are not stainless steel. Get all of those out. And it looks like all the holes have come out. But what we need to do now is we need to dimple these a little bit so that the heads of the T-bolts stay flush. So these are the T-bolts we're going to be putting in. Here's the little driver. And here is the T-bolts themselves. See that real close. So the idea is the heads would be just under the surface there. Just want to make sure. So, all of them are in. They're all flat. Now let's see if we can put this board back on the way it's supposed to be. We did mark 00 up here. So let's see how that goes. Okay, we already vacuumed. There's some goo from before, but we should be all right here. Let's line up some of those holes. Actually looks pretty good. And I bought slightly smaller screws because I thought that those other ones might have been bottoming out. So I got 1/4 20 1 inch as opposed to 1 1/4 inch. Inch and a quarter, I think we're hitting bottom. So let's not use those. All right. Drop all of our washers in. Oops, that one's in upside down. goes down. We'll drive these in by hand first. So all the threads catch. And then what we'll do is we'll drive in with the ratcheting power, if we have to. That one's in. It's best to get them all started before you start cranking down. Yeah, that one seems to stick a little. The other one. So you can move that to the middle. Okay, right back where they were. Okay. I think the next thing we need to do. I think the next thing we need to do is flatten the spoil board, put on a little grid work. All right, let's go back to Carbide Create and let's do some of that. Okay, we're going to connect to the CNC. Connect it. I'm going to initialize the machine. Okay, tool change is required, and in this case, we're going to take out the 1/8 and we're going to put in the SPE tool McFly, or their version of the McFly. All right. Let's not drop this. Stick the McFly in. All right. Now, you know what? We're going to stop because the McFly is not going to necessarily fit right there onto the bit setter. So let's go to settings and let's turn off the bit setter. Send that configuration down. Give it a second. We're going to have to reinitialize. All right, configuration sent. Hit OK. Let's wait for the machine to get recognized. Initialize. Okay, let's load the file up again, which is going to be the flattening. All right, let's go to jog. You want to zero this out. Rapid to that corner. We're close to it. And let's go to current XY. It's right at the corner. And then let's go down in increments of tenths. Okay, let's see if we're close. We're close. We're not that close, but we're close. All right, sorry for my shoulder. Let's see if we can, oh, a little too much. I don't know why it does double taps, but maybe because I'm not using my mouse. That's pretty damn close. If we have to, we'll run it a second time. So let's set 0. 0 it out. 0 everybody. Done. Okay, now let's... Next we're going to go a little bit higher because we won't be able to get the sweepy on. Sweepy is now on. Now let's go back here and let's start the job. Oops, nope, don't want to probe. Wrong button. Run. Start job. We change the tool. Spindle, turn it on. Okay, feels very smooth. It looks like it's got ridges, but I don't feel the ridges. Maybe it's just the way the grain goes on this, but there's definitely nothing on the sides here. So perhaps we have to do a little adjustment ever so slightly to in the Y direction here. Okay, we got all the corners. Okay, let's prepare ourselves for the next pass, which is going to be putting on the 1-inch grid. So let's go to jog, rapid, let's go to front and center. Okay, where's my little... McFly did a very nice job. And let's stick in our V. I think I said I was going to use a 60 V. This is a little steep. I think this is a 45 V instead. Give us a finer point. Shouldn't matter based on the path. But let's go put this back to the current. And let's go down to a little bit lower. Whoa. That's... I think that's a little too low. Let's go up. Okay. Let's get our paper back in there. Tenths of an inch. Yep, a little too much. to be right there. All right, let's go set 0. Okay, that's 0. Let's raise it up so we can get the sweepy on again. And then let's load the next job, which is going to be the 1-inch grid. Here we go, grid 1 inch. It's in. Look at the top down view. That looks right. Done. Start the job. Start. Whoops. Sorry about that. Get you guys in a good position here to see the whole thing. Tool change. RPM 18,000 again. Okay, well, just prompted me to turn off the spindle and to turn off the vac. Well, that looks pretty good. See if I can zoom in on for you guys a little bit. Nice, fairly clean cuts. Maybe hit it with the sanding sponge just real quick. But you know, I was just looking at the grid and I was wondering how am I going to set up a little corner stock holding. And what I realized, move this out of the way here, was the carbide corner fits on a 3-inch spacing. Same thing with the side pieces. So sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be good. But there you go. That's how I'm going to do my work holding. All right, well, if you stayed till to now, thank you very much for watching. Hope you learned something. Remember, subscribe, give a like, and I'll see you in the next video where we're going to do a project of some sort. Not sure what that is yet, but we're going to do something interesting, I'm sure. See you then.